We all have gone to school before or are about to start. But did you know that your school might just be haunted? But before we start, like and subscribe if you love your school. Class. Have you ever been in class bored? Maybe you're zoning out, but you didn't notice the teacher calling your name. Be careful because that might not be your teacher, but an entity, or even a skinwalker.
If you're ever in class, and the teacher picks you to answer, and the question is not only out of subject but also very, very disturbing, you're not in your class anymore. You must listen carefully. Here are the rules. 1. You will notice that all of your classmates have disturbing faces and will all start looking at you. They will smile chanting the question together. Get out of the classroom immediately when this happens, and be sure to run. They will start chasing you once you're out. 2. As you're running through the hallways, count your steps. If you take more than 27 of them without making a turn, you've entered a looping corridor. Don't fall for it. 3. Ignore any hall monitor you see. They're not real staff. If one calls your name, cover your ears immediately. It's trying to manipulate you. They will sound just like someone you trust. The exit is in the basement. You'll hear a second question whispered from the dark. Answer it correctly, or you'll never leave. Good luck.
That's so scary. Imagine going to school to study, but the whole class starts chasing you instead. Don't forget to count your steps, or you might just start running in a loop around the school. That's so crazy. But before you even get to school, so do you walk, take the bus, or does your mom or dad take you? If you said that you take the bus, be really careful, as a lot of kids are going missing while going on the bus, or getting kidnapped. Watch out or you might be next.
At 7:30 a.m., 11 kids got into their school van, and they never came back. This is a true story. It happened in Mexico, 2017. The van drove off like it always did. Nothing seemed unusual until the van didn't return. Parents waited. They thought it was traffic, or maybe a delay. But then the school called. Van never showed up. Not a single child was marked present. Every phone was off. Police began searching. At 11:42 a.m., they found it. A yellow school van, parked on a foggy back road. Engine still running. Doors wide open. But inside, no driver, no kids, no backpacks. Just one thing left behind. A torn teddy bear inside Amina Delgado's school bag. The windows were scratched. From the inside, over and over. The same word. Help! There was no sign of struggle. No blood. No damage. Salim's record was clean. His family was confused. Terrified. No ransom call. No CCTV. No leads. 3 months later, a boy named Mateo was found in a town hours away. Alone. His head was shaved. His eyes blank. He didn't speak for weeks. Until one night, he whispered, "The van took us somewhere." And then he said, "It's coming back."
Wow, that bus is still somewhere. Even if they say it's in Mexico, it can literally be anywhere around the world. Be careful, especially if you're a kid, or you might be their next victim. When waiting for the bus, make sure your parents are with you. Bullies, nobody likes them. They're just annoying people. But did you know this girl in Japan got bullied so much that she became a school monster?
She was bullied by her classmates at school. To escape the bullies, she hid in the bathroom and was later found deceased by her classmates. The toilet was then sealed by the school authorities, as rumors spread that the toilet was haunted. It was believed that if you entered that toilet, the ghost of the Japanese urban legend Hanako would appear in front of you. Before you could react, her spirit would grab your face and pull you into the toilet.
Oh wow! Imagine you're a new student at the school and don't know anything. So you go to use the restroom, and then boom, a head pops out of the toilet. But imagine you were sitting down, then that happened. You would die. That's so scary. That's why you should always check the toilets at your school. Or you might be the next victim. But have you ever taken a test before? Be really careful because that test can save your life. If you can read the big title but the rest of the test is a different language, run for your life and never look back.
If you ever sit down for an exam and the paper is written in a language you cannot recognize, except for the title at the top, Happy Holly Tree, you are not in your world anymore. Forget the exam, you failed it. Follow these rules. 1. Do not try to escape the classroom. Trust me, you do not want to attract all the attention. The hallway loops either way, this place will lead you back here. 2. Do not try to talk to anyone in the room. It's an exam, have some manners. Besides, they are not human, and they might start to realize that you are. 3. If your pen starts moving on its own, do not interrupt it. Let it finish. Whatever it writes is your next step, even if it makes no sense. Especially if it makes no sense. 4. If the fire alarm goes off but no one reacts, stay perfectly still and breathe slowly. The alarm is not for them. It's for you. They can't fear it. It went off to make you panic. Good luck.
Oh, well, I guess don't run. Try to act like you're one of them. Really do, or they might kill you. Also, if the fire alarm goes off, try to ignore it. They can only see but can't hear. But if you managed to escape and go home, be extra careful. Or your own mom might also be one of them.
In 2009, a teenage girl returns home from school and heads straight to her room, quietly closing the door behind her to discuss date plans with her boyfriend over the phone. Before long, a knock interrupts her. "Remember to keep the door open," her mother calls from the other side. Annoyed, she rolls her eyes and mutters, "Whatever," before stomping over and swinging it open. An hour later, her mother calls from the kitchen. "Dinner's ready." Still irritated, the girl brushes off the request and opens her laptop to watch a show on Netflix. As the familiar theme song plays, she leans back in her chair and tries to relax. Suddenly, a dinner plate is hurled from the kitchen, crashing onto the hallway floor. The sharp sound jolts the girl as her mother's voice calls out again, this time unnaturally loud and twisted. "I said dinner is ready." The girl pauses, glancing down the hallway.
Mom?
She calls out, her voice trembling. No answer. Hesitating, she walks down the hall, her heart racing with each step. As she enters the kitchen, everything seems normal, except for a note left on the counter. She steps closer, and her stomach drops as she reads, "Hey sweetie, I got called in for a night shift and won't be home until tomorrow. Call me if you need anything. Love, Mom."
That's why you should always be extra careful, and make sure to maybe pay attention to your parents after school. Don't just ignore them, but while at home after school, you start feeling weird and seeing stuff from too much homework and housework. What would you do?
If you ever see an unsettling face in the window of your neighbor's house, do not panic. You are no longer safe in your home anymore, and you must follow these rules to survive. First, do not look at the face again. Every time you glance at it, it gets closer. Second, if the neighbor calls you or knocks on your door, do not answer. That is no longer your real neighbor. Third, ignore any knocks on your windows. Do not even try to see what is outside. Fourth, if your neighbor texts you, do you see it too? Delete the message without replying. Fifth, if you accidentally fall asleep and you wake up tucked into your bed, run outside your bathroom and close your door immediately, no matter how tired you are. In order to escape, you must first go to the basement of your home, which will look unfamiliar to you. Entering the basement triggers the entity, so you must barricade the stairs with large, heavy objects. Sit in the corner of the room and say "run, run" to yourself 92 times to escape. Good luck.
Okay, bro. I would die. There's no way I would escape that. But anyways, that's all for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe for a good first day of school, or things like this might happen to you at school. Follow my Roblox and watch my other videos. Bye!